Welcome everyone to an epic showdown between Saphir as the Bretonnians against Ice Power as the Lizardmen. This match took place on Gorgazan with a competitive and close battle. So over here in the front line, quite wide indeed for the Lizardmen. 3 cheap but fast units of the Skink cohorts, alongside 3 units of their Javelin brothers, and 3 units of the Red-Crested Skinks, including the cohort of Sotek. Good armor piercing and poison, very nice support alongside 2 tanky units of the Saurus Warrior shields. In the back for the punch, we are going to have the double Feral Stegodons, here with the anti-infantry and armor piercing, supported by the armor piercing and anti-large Saurus Oldblood. He will have the Horn of Kygor and the Amulet of Itzel here in his back pocket. So for the magic, we are going to have the Skink Priest of Beasts. He will have the Transformation of Gadon and also Flock of Doom. So for the last 2 units, 2 units of the armor piercing Shock Cavalry, Cold One Riders. So a nice wide force here from the Lizardmen, but for the Bretonnians, for the front line, 4 units of the Battle Pilgrims, very high leadership indeed, and 4 units of the anti-large Spearmen at Arms. And something quite strange, 8 units of the Peasant Bowmen, massively wide, not really much cavalry to protect them, but as we can see, 3 units of the Fire Arrows, 2 units of the Pox, and 3 of the Normal. In the sky, 2 units of Flying Cavalry are going to be the double Pegasus Knights, here both with anti-large and bonus first large, and for the Lord choice here, the armor-piercing King Leon Kerr. He will have here the Sword of Corone, the beloved son of Bretonnia, and the Ladies' Champion. So quite the different force here. As we can see, the Damsel is going to be supporting for quite a different idea. She's going to be having the Rolling Skies, which is a really nice ability that buffs in the air. We can see it gives a negative speed and a negative melee defense to anything flying. We also have the Harmonic Convergence, as well as the Curse of the Midnight Wind and the Power Stone. So a very different approach here from Saphir, and should be very interesting. A wide force on the Lizardmen is quite commonly seen. It's very powerful here in the current meta under the 20 stack idea. But moving forward, we can see that the arrows are going to be getting ready. They've already noticed there's going to be quite a heavy right-hand flank. We can see the Saurus Oldblood, as well as 2 units of the Feral Stegodons, including the Cold One armor-piercing riders. And they're going to be moving around the right-hand flank, really trying to see if they can push through this side, wheel and deal, and try and see if we can shut down this force. It's been kind of split into 2 here, as we can see. 4 units of the arrows on the left, 4 on the right, 1 Pegasus on either side, and here we have King Leon Kerr that could move from left to right. As you can see, it looks like Ice Power has tried to dominate this left-hand side while still trying to apply pressure on the left as well. But of course, not pushing forward too far means they are going to be getting shots here by the Fire Arrows and some of the remaining arrows here in the back as well. It looks like trying to push forward here in the front line, we are going to have the cohort of Sotek. They're going to fight here up against the Battle Pilgrims, coming together with a big clash. Poison and armor piercing here for the cohort. Refuse to die as well. But as you can see, the Battle Pilgrims will not survive long here up against these brutal skinks. They are going to be having Harmonic Convergence to aid in their conquest, so they can stand just that little bit longer. In the front line, we can see that have been picked out of a hat is going to be the Battle Pilgrims, and they've been picked on here by the double Feral Stegodons and the Saurus Oldblood. Moving in, we are going to have the Cold One Riders moving through a dirty pocket here, trying to get into the back. They are actually going to hop onto the Peasant Bowmen, but look, they are going to get countercharged by the Pegasus Knights. In the middle is going to be a massive blob as we have King Leon Kerr, the Sword of Corone, also an overcasted Curse of the Midnight Wind, the Horn of Kygor going down, and it's just a massive melee mash. Arrows pouring into the Feral Stegodon, really deleting her here in the middle. She's going to be going down to 800 health. And oh my god, she's going to shatter and die! That's some great shots coming out of 4 units of the Peasant Bowmen, just to show how powerful they truly are. Saurus Oldblood gets out of there, uses his amulet for that protection, but he does come back into the fixture here to try and see if he can aid in the removal of King Leon Kerr. Moving forward, the heavily armoured Saurus Warriors, they do have Curse of the Midnight Wind, but when they do get out of that circle, they'll be able to come forward and really start smashing apart these Peasant Bowmen. Looks like here we did have a summon of the Feral Manticore as well from the beast from Transformation of Gadon, and he's going to try and apply a little bit of pressure here to King Leon Kerr. We can see it is going to force him to the floor. He is now going to be fighting up against the armor-piercing Cold One Knights, and it is going to force down the Pegasus Knights to help protect. In comes the Saurus Oldblood. He's going to be coming in and trying to chomp and karate chop up against King Leon Kerr. Coming in is going to be the Feral Sheila. It looks like she's going to be getting trapped here, though. She's going to get stuck trying to fight against King Leon Kerr. The Source Old Blood going to be kind of in the way there, unfortunately, but she is going to find a way through. It looks like flying away is going to be the Pegasus Knight, and so too is King Leon Kerr. He is going to get away, and a nice wheel here from Saphir. He's actually noticed the right-hand flank has come in. He's pretty much lost his right-hand side, but he's wheeled all of his important units here with the Peasant Bowman round to the left-hand side. He's pulled his right-hand side back and just held with the left. Still coming through, 46 speed for the Skink cohorts and only 33 speed for the Fire Arrows. They can only run so far, and then they're really going to run into some trouble here with the Skink cohorts. They will catch, and they will win in combat, so you do have to be careful. You have to start using some of your cavalry, and also start using King Leon Kerr here to start battering apart and moving off some of these backline troops. We can see here that the red-crested skinks are going to be popping onto the Fire Arrows, and unfortunately, if they fight in combat, they're right on top of the white line. Unfortunately, they will be leaving the battlefield. We can see flying high in the sky, King Leon Kerr just looking to snipe a target, and the one is going to be the Feral Stegodon. That is going to be his target of choice, moving as well in here with the Pegasus Knights. Harmonic Convergence, Curse of the Midnight Wind, going to be going down to try and see if we can snipe the big dino, but moving back is going to be the Source Old Blood coming into that counter snipe and try and see if we can get some good damage in here. Looks like Horn of Kygo goes down for the increased melee attack, leadership, and charge. And as we can see, moving in, the Cold One Riders, another blob here, a ginormous fight between monsters and kings. And we can see the King Leon Kerr is going to be smashing apart Cold One Riders, and the Pegasus Knights have been terrified. That's really, really quite bad here for the Bretonnians. They certainly need those here to support King Leon Kerr, as he gets chomped down to sides here by the Saurus Old Blood. Really, really taking some big hits here. He's not super fast, but 75 speed here on the Carnosaur is going to be enough to make sure that King Leon Kerr goes away. Oh, and another hit there, and it does not come back. We do have Pegasus Knights flying nice and close, but unfortunately here we could be losing a unit down to 9 models, and the other unit here up to 14. It's not looking super good here for the Flying Force, but here, for Bretonnia, King Leon Kerr does have that regeneration. As we can see, Pox and Fire Arrows still fighting here, and this is a nice maneuver, trying to remove some of that front line so we can keep these arrows alive. They are super key to winning here for the Bretonnians. In the back, we can see some red-crested skinks are going to be pressuring the Fire Arrows. They are going to try and run away. Saphir did just notice right at the last second. We need to try and see if we can get that damsel in as well to aid. Unfortunately, here, the really tanky Saurus Warriors with shields, they're going to be moving through. They're super healthy, and I think there's nothing here that's really going to be able to stop them from the Bretonnians. We have some really weak Battle Pilgrims, and you can see moving over on that right-hand side that was created here by Ice Power. He's going to be punching through with the Saurus, and still the healthy Stegodon. Over here on the left, still firing and pouring in fire arrows here up against the poor red-crested skinks. They're going to be terrified, they're going to be broken, and soon more than likely shattered. Now we can turn and burn here, hopefully try and shoot some of the Cold One Riders, remove some of this cavalry and all the mobility from the Lizardmen, and then hopefully and surely King Leon Kerr can start ripping apart this Lizardman army. On the flip side, what we really need to do is get some of these really fast skink cohorts. 46 speed is super quick, get them in the back there, really cause some problems up against these Pox arrows, and prevent them here from shooting and pulling apart the remainder of the Lizardman force. We still have 2 units, the Cold One Riders left, but another blob has occurred here. We are going to see a Flock of Doom. We see Pegasus Knights here fighting up against the Feral Stegodon, as well as the Skink cohorts. Some Battle Pilgrims in as well. We are going to break the Feral Stegodon. Cold Blooded goes down as well. Unfortunately, that is going to go down to waste. She will be negative 22 leadership. She isn't going to shatter, but she is going to die. And that's really, really unfortunate here for Ice Power. So only the Saurus Old Blood here left to counter the big king himself. The king is going to come over. We can see 2 units of the armor-piercing Cold One Riders. They're going to be challenging here up against the Peasant Pox arrows. He's going to come in like the king himself, saving all of the peasants of the realm. Good attacks here, good terror as well, as he does push both off, breaking and shattering units in the process. And as we can see, as they're going to be moving over here to the right-hand side, the bowmen are going to be moving to the left. So hopefully there's a little bit more room this way that they can come back. Now we need to come back to the fray so we can help here up against these really, really irritating Saurus warriors. The bully here, the Saurus Old Blood, the Carnosaur, going to be ripping apart peasants here in the back line, and I really don't know what can stop him at this moment. Excellently designed. The Saurus Old Blood will comfortably win in combat up against King Leon Kerr. The Sword of Corone, though, is going to go down. That could aid in this conquest, but with Saurus Warriors as well, this could be super dangerous. I don't know if it's going to be enough here for Leon Kerr to win with that ability. Getting chomped here, absolutely karate chopped here out of existence. definitely losing here is King Leonka. He needs support. We can see the Damsel coming over as well as the Pegasus Knights. I don't know if it's going to be enough or fast enough. The Peasant Bowmen are going to be shooting, but at this moment we really need Pox Arrows to help and debuff the Saurus Old Blood. Moving forward here is going to be the Saurus Warriors. They are going to block out the arrows, and it does look like here King Leonka is going to be going down. He does break, and so close to this white line. If he does go off here, I think it's going to be a loss if we don't also break the Saurus Old Blood. Cold-blooded going, and that is super clutch at this moment. If he was to go off as well, it's anybody's game. Leonka is super close, and no, he leaves. That is so bad here for the Bretonnian player and Saphir. In the middle, we can see the Saurus Old Blood. Cold Blood is still going, getting shot here by the Pox Arrows in the back. He's going to be trying at his utmost best to keep going here with the Saurus Old Blood. He's now going to be fighting up against the Damsel, one of the bravest ladies in the realm, as she fights here up against the Saurus. And is she going to win is the question. She wins! She wins and manages to break the Saurus Old Blood, including Cold-Blooded as well. He's going to be -5 leadership. If she can chase him off, then anybody can win this game. Balance of power is going to be in the Lizardman favor. We can see that the Saurus Warriors still super tanky, the best infantry here left on the battlefield, but we do have some Pegasus Knights. We do, oh, and he does go. That's some excellent work there from Saphir, but here for Ice Power, we still have the Skink Priest, we still have a healthy unit of Saurus Warriors, and we have some more left to come. It looks like here we have the cohort of Sotek, we still have some Skink cohorts, and another unit of healthy red-crested Skinks. Broken here is going to be the Peasant Bowman. We do actually have the Pegasus Knights here fighting up against the Skink Priest. Normally they would win, but they are super weak at this point, and they do break. Some excellent work there from the Skink Priest, and I don't know if he's going to be able to hold out this onslaught that is coming. We still have some arrows from the Pox here. They are in range and they could fire. I would like to see them fire, poison him, and stop him from chasing off the Peasant Bowman, but I think here Saphir wants to save his ammunition potentially for the Saurus Warriors. Charging in, though, is going to be the Damsel of Heavens. Now, she's going to be having 34 melee attack, 22 melee defense, up against 22 and 26. So in combat, she should win here. She's going to be healthier, faster, have better charge bonus as well. So she should be able to comfortably win here in this battle. As you can see, pretty much here, you can see that losing here in combat, Lord has fled, -16 leadership as well. Big hits there, big rolls from the Damsel. She's going to be slapping apart this Skink Priest. Coming in as well is going to be the infantry from the Peasant Bowman. They'll be able to get in here before the Saurus Warriors. They're going to be 31 speed, so pretty slow to come in and aid. Wavering is going to be the Skink Priest. Balance of power is spot on in the middle. We can see that if the Skink Priest goes down here, it could be super difficult. Or what is this? This looks like a spell. It is going to be a Flock of Doom. That is really clutch up against the last two units of the Bretonnians. But as we can see, pouring into this corner, nowhere to run is going to be the Bretonnians. They might even break the Skink Priest here. Cold-blooded going down. It's not going to be enough. A big hit there to finish off the Skink Priest. But now it's going to be a unit of the Peasant Pox Arrows. And also the Damsel here up against a nice, tasty unit of Saurus Warriors. Pox Arrows going in to debuff. They're going to be putting them down there just at 27 speed, reducing that weapon strength. Coming in with Harmonic Convergence as well to aid with that 58 melee attack, 46 melee defense as she does fight here up against the Saurus Warrior shields. It looks like they're going to be looking at the full surround and they're going to be hitting her from all and every angle. They're going to be fighting here. Balance of power still even. And this can be anybody's game. If they break the Saurus Warriors, it all comes down to who's going to break first. That leadership there is potentially going to hold, but the arrows are done for, which means that when that does wear off, losing that -5 means they will win more than likely. The Damsel's going to be going down. Is she going to make it, though, is the question. No, she breaks. That's going to be army losses and a phenomenal finish here between both of these excellent players. What an excellent finale here between these two, and super well played to Saphir. A really nice build, really fun. 1,632 here for King Leonka, 537 for the Damsel of Heavens, 238 for the Spearman at Arms, 221, 236, and 196 for the Spears. So some pretty decent work in the front. 583, 142, 393, and 64 here for the Battle Pilgrims. So for the Peasants with the bows, we are going to have 480, 810, and 984. 450, 529 for the Fire Arrows, and 310. And for the Pox, we got 693, and also 514. So coming up in the 900s, nearly 1,000, and also in the 800s as well, just showing how powerful they really can be here for the Bretonnians. 158, 977 damage value, 1,102 with 33 kills for the Pegasus Knights as well. So as you can see, only one of them really getting their value, but they still performed very well here. Maybe a couple of harmonic convergences, a little bit more of the Curse of the Midnight Wind could have really supported them here, but they do lack a little bit of armor piercing. But still very good indeed. But really well played to Ice Power, phenomenal win. 2,270 for the Saurus Old Blood, excellent work there. 567 for the Skink Priest of Beasts with a clutch Flock of Doom there at the end. 164 kills, 861 for the Red Crested Skinks, even gaining a chevron. Lovely work. 1,170 for the Saurus Warriors and 889 here for the cohort of Sotek. We've got 209 for the Saurus Warriors and 412 for the Red Crested Skinks. So for the Javelins, 456. 317 and 334 from the Javelins. I normally expect a little bit more from them, but still some nice work nonetheless. 138 kills. Massive there for the Skink cohort. 628 damage value. That's certainly what you can expect from them. 314 and 216 in total. 564 and 88 here for the Feral Stegodons. Really nice sniping here from Saphir, but unfortunately here the Stegodons just not quite forming up to scratch, but they did the job. They really did aid there with the fight up against the big king himself, so actually perhaps they did more than the value truly shows. As we can see, 625 double chevron there, with also 324 from the Coldblood Riders, and a phenomenal game here between both of these excellent players. If you guys did enjoy this, please smash that like button. That would really help, as well as drop a comment down below. I'd love to know what you thought about this battle, and maybe some things you'd like to change, or what you thought was really awesome about it. Other than that, if you'd also like to subscribe, that would really aid in improving this channel and making it larger as well, and you would have my eternal gratitude. Other than that, if you are new, drop down into that description where you can find all of my social media platforms, and also you can join the Discord. That is the most important thing, because you can see my single player, multiplayer, leagues and tournaments, and you can also leave your replays here, forecasting on there as well for me to cast here in the future. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourselves during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon.